All right, tonight we're talking about our intro to trigonometry. Trigonometry is geometry that we use specifically with triangles. And in this year of math, we're only going to use it when it with it in regard to right triangles. So if you recall, we use Pythagorean theorem to find missing side lengths if we're given any two of the other side lengths. However, sometimes in right triangles, we are given only one side length and we need to find another side length, or we're given all of our side lengths, but we don't want that. We want to know what an angle measurement is. So trig can help us with that because in any right triangle, the ratio of the sides is related to the angle measurements of the other two angles that's not the right angle. So if you remember, the hypotenuse is always the side that's across from the right angle. It's always the longest side. Our other two sides are called the legs. When we talk about trig, we need to be able to label our legs with two different names. Adjacent, which means the leg that's touching the angle I'm looking at, or opposite, which means the leg across from the angle that I'm looking at. So adjacent and opposite are going to be labeled depending on which of the two angles you're referring to. So if I'm looking at my green angle down here, by the way, this symbol that looks like a slanted O with a line through it, this is called the Greek letter theta. It usually, we use it to symbolize an angle we don't know. It's just a variable, essentially. So theta is either the angle that's given to me that I'm going to use to find a missing side length, or it's going to be the angle that I'm looking for if I'm being asked to find an angle measurement. So you'll see theta, you'll also just see a regular x from time to time, it just depends. So if I'm looking at this angle down here that's highlighted in green, then the side adjacent or next to this angle would be this one down here. So I could label that with an A. That would be my adjacent side. As you know, the hypotenuse always stays the same, so we're only talking about labeling the legs with adjacent or opposite. Okay, and then the leg that's across, all the way across from my angle, that would be my opposite side. Okay, now that's going to change if we, for example, looked at this blue angle up here. In this case now, this is the leg that's next to my blue angle, so we would label that one with an A. And this side is the one that's all the way across from it, so that one would be the opposite side, or the one we would label with an O. This is super important. We need to know how to label the legs based on whichever is our reference angle, the angle that we're concerned with, because that's going to dictate which trig ratio we're going to use. We'll talk about that in the next video.